How's it going, y'all? Back here with a new damn video. Let's get right down to it. Eagles versus Colts. Sunday, 1 p.m. game. We all get it. Super Bowl chance back at it again. But as you know, Carson Wentz returns. The return of Wentzylvania. Wentzylmania. Whatever you want to call it. I'm very excited to see him return. You know, we all are. A lot of us, a lot of people are pumping it up and jumping it up. And, I'm happy to see him back on the field. And, we all are. Even just NFL fans in general are happy to see this guy back on the field because he's a fun player to watch, It's like when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, I wasn't happy. I hate to see people get hurt, but I was like, wow, that's a big window for the NFC that opened up, last year. But then you look at the primetime games that had the Packers in it, you're like, we're going to watch the Packers versus the Steelers with Brent Huntley at quarterback. No one wants to see that unless he's the next superstar who's sitting behind him and just starts exploding on the scene. You're like, wow, this is fun to watch, but that's not the case. But yeah, he's returning. I'm really excited about that. But I'm not going to mark this down as a win just because he's coming back. There's still a lot of issues, okay? A lot of players still hurt. We have receivers that are still hurt. Receiving core is still messed up. What's his name? Aiken. I don't think he's going to play much because now the Eagles just re-signed Jordan Matthews, which I have no issue with re-signing Jordan Matthews. I will say this, though. It's not the best pickup, but it's not the worst. We still need a speed guy. And it's funny. It seems like we've been saying the same conversation since we got rid of Deshaun Jackson. But I'll keep it honest with you. Last year, Torrey Smith did fill the role of that over-the-top speed guy when needed. Like the Arizona Cardinals game when Wentz threw that big bomb, boom, he was there. Or in the NFC Championship game when Nick Foles threw that, the flea flicker, he caught it, boom, threw it right in the end zone. Torrey Smith did have a couple drop issues, but he was that deep threat. He was that speedster, and he's off the team. So we brought in Mike Wallace. Everyone goes, well, this is the guy. He's hurt. And I believe Mike Wallace, if he didn't get hurt, he was going to be an upgraded Torrey Smith. I mean, he was going to have, multiple touchdowns and whatnot and be our deep threat. You already saw it week one. Nick Foles threw a couple bad balls deep, but he had Mike Wallace, somewhat open. Just small window, but not too small. But yeah, he's out for the year, but they said maybe. They don't know what's going to happen. If they make the playoffs, if they do, he will probably be back for that. But let's get down to right now. So he's out. Our wide receiving core right now is Jordan Matthews, Nelson Aguilar, and we got Gibson, and they just got rid of Carter. Of course, Ertz at tight end. Dallas Goedert has to be hurt. There's no way you put out Joshua Perkins. This dude, okay, I don't even know why he's even out there. And Dallas Goedert barely got any snaps. Some people say, well, maybe Dallas Goedert doesn't know the playbook. Okay, well, he knew it week one. Week one, he played snaps. Week one, I saw him. Well, he messed up a catch. He caught the ball and it bounced off his hands and went and got it. What did it get intercepted? I can't remember, but whatever. It bounced off his hands. It was incomplete pass, something like that. Week one against the Falcons. But overall, how's he played that many snaps? I barely even seen him last game. He needs to get more involved with Ertz. He's such his size and everything. It's like watching Ertz, but faster, just my opinion. But Ertz is still one of the best tight ends in the league, and you've seen it last week when he was open. I mean, dude, he was catching things all over the place. There was plays last week too that Foles completely missed. There was actually a touchdown he missed where Ertz was completely open, and he could have he was rolling that way too. It wasn't like he was rolling to his his opposite side and had to throw across his body that way. No, he was rolling this way, and he was right there, and he was just holding the ball too long, looking for something, and he just threw up in the air and got sacked. I can't remember, but I remember watching that play. It was a couple plays like that. Ertz is the security blanket, and I think he's going to be there this Sunday with this Colts defense that isn't really that good. That Wentz is going to find him early, quick, and often. The only good thing about bringing in Jordan Matthews, only good thing is that he has good chemistry with Wentz. Everyone's saying Wentz gets his best friend back. No one cares about all the best friend stuff. We're here to win Super Bowls, okay? The guy does have hands of stone. Let's keep it real. He does make some great catches, okay? Not great catches. He does catch the ball frequently, but then he has drops that are like, why'd you drop that? You're wide open by 15 yards. No one's even in front of you. The easy catch, and you drop it. I think he overthinks the catches. But then a lot of people are saying this could be a reincarnation of Nelson Aguilar from last year. Nelson Aguilar was a terrible receiver. I mean, he was a bust considered. Now I wouldn't consider Jordan Matthews a bust. Jordan Matthews, with the Eagles tenured, he had 19 touchdowns over his career so far. He had 19 touchdowns, a couple many yards. The only person to do that since him in that little time frame is Randy Moss, Odell Beckham Jr., DeAndre Hopkins, couple dudes. But that's just stats, and a lot of them were garbage time. So I'm not really hyping up his whole little situation, but we'll see how the thing rolls out in the field. I think that the chemistry between him and Wentz will still connect, so he doesn't really need much practice time. He should be able to start right away. But you got 2 slot receivers now. Let's be real. Aguilar played his first couple years outside, and he was not good outside. Don't get me wrong, he always beat the man, but he couldn't catch the ball. All right? But he played phenomenal last year and this year. This year, he's been like the best, well, of course, best year we have because Ertz has only been getting the ball so much, and Alshon ain't out there. But Aguilar's been phenomenal last year and this year, catching everything in sight. Okay, so him moving back outside worries me. Like, wow, he had his best year ever in USC in college when he was in the slot. They put him outside; he was bad. Then they put him back in the slot once Chip Kelly left. Doug came the coach. And we got we got Alshon outside, and Torrey Smith on the outside. We put him back in the slot, and he's having a career year. And now he's having another great year. But it looks like they're moving him back from the outside. But this might be a blessing in disguise. You never know. You might look at it and go, hey, this guy played bad outside, but now his confidence is up. He has the speed to beat people on the outside. He has the speed. He's a speedster. He has the speed to beat many corners in this league. He beat Richard Sherman that one year in Seattle, even though he dropped the ball. If he would have caught it, he would have caught it. Now he's catching stuff. That's the thing. So we'll see. Maybe this is something where it develops into, wow, now we got 2 wideouts. Once Alshon comes back, it's like, wow, okay, we got boom, and then we keep Aguilar outside. Don't ever put it back in the slot, and Jordan's in the slot. So it's a decent pickup. But let's get down to the game in general. The Colts' defense is not good at all. I wouldn't say good at all, but they're okay defense. Andrew Luck is that entire team. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. When he is healthy and he is on top of his game, he's top 5 quarterback, and that's just my personal opinion. And he's back, His first 2 games have been pretty shaky, but he hasn't played football in about a year and a half almost. So he's been up and down, but the first game he played pretty well, and he had a pick or 2. Last week he played pretty decent. He got the win though. That's all that matters. Luck always wins. Luck always wins. Luck's, he has that winning edge on him. He's a winner. So he's looking for a W. You got Frank Reich on that sideline. Frank Reich knows a lot of our plays, a lot of our signals, and he knows Wentz better than anyone. Then again, he knows Foles just as well. So it goes hand in hand. Whether Wentz is playing, whether Foles is playing, it doesn't matter. He knows either one of them. And that's what scares me, though, because Wentz is returning. And, it's going to be in Philly, yeah, but receiving core is depleted. The running backs, you just brought up Josh Adams, which I love Josh Adams, and I hope he gets playing time. I hope he gets more than Wendell Smallwood, that's for sure, if J.J. isn't ready to go, which I think is still day-to-day. I don't know what's going on with that. But Josh Adams deserves to get a lot of touches. He's a bruiser. Pound the ball. This is Wentz's return. This is why they promoted him to the main roster. They need this pounding game to get going, to get Wentz's confidence up. He hasn't taken a live bull in almost 10 months. Okay? No practice, no nothing. I see a shaky game out of Wentz. I don't see him coming out the gate looking like a league MVP or nothing like that. The guy's coming off an ACL tear. He hasn't took snaps in 10 months. Well, He hasn't taken a live bull in 10 months. He's playing with a whole different receiving core than he played with in training camp. Aguilar, they said, is I'm not Aguilar, sorry. Alshon Jeffery's going to start 11-11s tomorrow. That's what I heard. I don't know if he's definitely not playing on Sunday, but that's that. But overall, we should win. I mean, we could win this game. We should win this game. It's a winnable game. And I think we're 6-point favorites, if I'm not mistaken. If I got the opposite side, I don't know, whatever. But this is a game here we should win. They have a bad defense, but our offense hasn't been clicking. But then again, it's Foles, the receivers, this and that. But overall, though, we should come away with a W. It's at the link. We haven't lost a game there in almost a year. Or how many games? We're on a big winning. We're 8-1 or something like that. Some big game stretch at home. So if it's at home, that's an advantage. Their offensive line is terrible. One of the worst in the league. And you're going against one of the best defensive lines. We should be able to crush Luck, put pressure on them all day long. We'll see what happens. Go Birds. Like, subscribe, and comment below. And tell me how you guys feel about Jordan Matthews coming back. How do you feel about this game? Do you think we win? Do we lose? What's going to happen? Wentz's return? I think we still need to pick up another receiver. I would love J.J. Nelson from the Arizona Cardinals. Nice speedster. Isn't getting utilized down there with Sam Bradford as the quarterback. But that's just my opinion. And I know we ain't trading for him tomorrow, but I'm talking about future reference. But let's go Birds. Try to get another W. Go to 201. Peace.